Again to the lovely, beautiful Marietta Ice Center here in Marietta, Georgia, where Game 2 of the Kennesaw State Fighting Owls versus University of Miami Hurricanes. Oof, I didn't get much sleep last night, as you can tell.
That's a solid start today.
University of Miami Hurricanes, a.k.a. the U, gets underway here at 1:30 p.m. in the afternoon. Andrew, my brother in crime, on the play-by-play this afternoon once again. Go ahead and take it away for us, Andrew.
Absolutely. Kennesaw managed to win the faceoff but lose possession immediately as Miami has it neutral ice. Miami throws it right across the boards to Wes Davis as Davis throws it up to McDonald. McDonald pushes it on the left side, backhands a shot on goal. It's turned aside by the Miami goaltender for McDonald's first shot of the game. Kennesaw now still in possession of the puck. It's Vander Kirchhoff in the corner. Vander Kirchhoff kicks it on down to Testino. A centering pass goes wide to McDonald and back out to neutral ice, where Gagne and Davis will collect. Davis, a long pass over to Testino, hits the ref, but hey, what else do you expect?
Oh, he got away with a mad tripping right there. Number 5 for Florida State, absolutely hooked.
Florida State? Miami.
It's all
They're all in
big,
Florida.
It's all one big peninsula.
Just, yeah.
Number 5 for Miami absolutely hooked McDonald as he was coming off of the ice. That's a bummer.
Well, they missed a lot yesterday, so what else do you expect? 18:50 left to go in the first. Not much action as Berezinski comes down and gives it on up to Spycinski. Miami controls in Kennesaw's zone. Spycinski does a good job knocking the man off the puck as Thurston almost has to control the puck in front, but he manages to kick it out. Kennesaw now moving up ice. A pass over to Spycinski. A wrist shot is turned aside before it leaves a stick, and a rebound by Bright. Almost a good opportunity, but some defensemen in the way as Spycinski is already getting into it with some Miami players.
It wouldn't be a real game of Kennesaw hockey if he wasn't, Andrew.
Wouldn't be a real game if Spycinski wasn't causing some crap on the ice.
You love it.
That is his calling card. Tisdale now coming in for the faceoff. 18:30 left to go. Miami takes the faceoff. Miami throws it around the boards. Arnold goes in for an attempted hit, but the Hurricane neatly steps aside as Gagne throws it back up ice. Miami now in their own zone, setting things up. Arnold coming into forecheck, and Miami immediately dumps it out for control of Aaron Tisdale. Tisdale throws it over to Moran. Moran can't handle it, but eventually tries to get over to Bright, and he does as Bright dumps it in for Tisdale to chase. Tisdale collects in the corner, takes a check, and immediately knocks the man back down as Moran has it in the corner now. Moran loses it to Miami as Miami throws it around the boards to gather. Miami making the push-up ice. Bright is back to collect the long pass, tips it on over to Gagne with 17:38 left to go in this period.
17:38.
I was waiting for it.
You already know.
I expect nothing less from you, Matt.
You know what? I like me. I'll tell you what we are seeing is a bit more of a physical game early on in this game. Teams clearly not too happy about the results of last night either way.
If it will be as physical as yesterday, yesterday's second period to be exact.
Hopefully, because that was a lot of fun to watch.
I feel like I had to buy tickets to watch this. It was just like a boxing match. I was happy with it.
As was I.
Oh, and it looks like we have the first penalty of the game against Kennesaw State's John Testino. So that will be the first power play. It goes Miami's way as there is 17:22 on the clock and a fresh 2 minutes for Miami.
Unfortunate. One of the things that really killed Kennesaw in yesterday's game were an awful lot of penalties. So hopefully they'll be able to...
A landslide of penalties, Matt.
Hopefully we'll be able to keep that under control a little bit more in this game.
Miami now with the man advantage. They take the opening face-off as a centering pass is tipped aside by Davis as Berezinski tries to collect in the corner, and he manages to jam it up against the boards, but it is poked out by Miami. Stolen now by Vander Kirchhoff as he tips it on McDonald. McDonald over the blue line is on the attack. Down a man. McDonald, a neat little move. A centering pass to Davis. Davis cannot control. He does.
Collects.
A forehand shot, and it is stopped. Tried to go 5-hole on him.
Some shorthanded opportunities here for Kennesaw early. I'm liking what I'm seeing there.
I think that goalie knew he got beat 5-hole twice yesterday, so he was making sure to cover as Davis immediately tried to shoot right there. 16:53 left to go in the first period.
With 1:30 left in the power play for University of Miami.
Indeed. Miami takes the face-off as they start the long trek up ice, but is immediately put on the stick of Gagne, and now Kennesaw collects. A wrist shot stopped into the chest.
Good look there for Kennesaw.
Yes, it was. I honestly don't know who that is because that is Evan Deer's old jersey. I made that mistake last time, but we were corrected on that immediately. So I'll have to find out who that is in one of the intermissions. A cross-check penalty against Miami, it looks like. Yes, that was a clear cross-check, just shoved him into the boards. And we have some 4-on-4 hockey for 59 seconds with 16:20 left to go in this first period.
Yes, indeed. Kennesaw State right at home in the 4-on-4, and they'll have about a minute of a power play themselves.
Yes,
So
they will.
Hopefully we'll be able to convert once this one runs on out.
Kennesaw now in the offensive zone in the face-off. It is Ian McDonald taking this one. Miami takes the face-off as they move it along the boards. And Davis is trying to keep it in. No, it's Vander Kirchhoff as he tries to pressure, but it goes on back to the stick of Gagne. Gagne twists it along back to Davis. Davis throws it on over to Gagne. Gagne has to recollect the puck here as it tips up to Vander Kirchhoff. Vander Kirchhoff, neutral ice, brings it over the blue line. Nice little move. A shot is just tipped aside by the goalie. That almost beat him. Vander Kirchhoff had 2 goals last night. Let's see if he can keep the trend going. McDonald battling in the corner, loses the puck. But it goes on back to neutral ice on the stick of Gagne. Gagne throws it over to Davis. Davis to McDonald. McDonald, a nice little move up ice. As Davis has it now, and a wrist shot is stopped into the chest of the Miami goalie. As Miami takes control and moves up ice. 10 seconds left to go in this 4-on-4. 15:28 left to go in the first. And the 4-on-4 is just about to expire, and it does. Kennesaw State now has a man advantage as Spysinski's on the wing. A wrist shot, almost a rebound, just overskated there. And now Kennesaw has it behind their own net. A centering pass is tipped before it can go anywhere as Berezinski manages to keep it in, throws it on down to Spysinski. Spysinski a pass up, a wrist shot stopped by the glove of the Miami goaltender.
Some really good looks here for Kennesaw State in transition. They knew they were going to be able to be with the man advantage here, so they ran that one up ice with a fervor not quite seen in a while. And so hopefully we'll be able to, for the next 45 seconds, capitalize even further, just get more shots on goal. It's mathematics, Andrew. One of them will fall eventually.
I mean, I don't know what math you took, but I never took the hockey stats class.
Neither did I. I just took math. Math
right.
1.
Berezinski, a shot almost redirected, but it goes wide as now Testino has it. Throws to the corner for Tisdale. Tisdale to the point for Bright. Bright to Berezinski. Berezinski fakes a shot. Throws a centering pass. It is stopped on the stick of a Miami Hurricane before Spysinski can gather it. Testino now stops the clear with 15 seconds left to go on this man advance for Kennesaw. A slap shot by Bright off the crossbar. First real good opportunity of the night there. And just off the crossbar. And a rebound by Testino. Gets put into the back of the net with 14:27 left to go in the first period. Kennesaw takes an early lead.
I'll tell you what, causing a lot of confusion there in front of the net. Kennesaw State capitalizes on it perfectly, making them look silly once again. Kennesaw State go up an early 1-0.
Tell you that slap shot off the crossbar by Bright really got the Miami goaltender rattled, and then Testino just put the rebound back on goal. Just a spinning wrist shot there. It was fantastic.
Indeed it was.
Ian McDonald taking the neutralized face-off, gives it on back to Berezinski. Haas coming in on the forecheck, gives man a nice little bump, as now McDonald has it in the Kennesaw zone. Vander Kirchhoff trying to battle for the puck and comes out with it as he skates back into his own zone. He gives it on up to Bright. Bright fans on the pass, a turnover in Kennesaw zone, and the shot is stopped by Berezinski before Miami can really get a good shot off. Miami now. Still in Kennesaw zone. A wrist shot goes way wide, not even close to Thurston, as Berezinski tries to track that one down. Bright takes a check, and a weird angle shot goes behind the net. Thurston didn't even have to make a play on it, as now McDonald's on the boards, fighting for control, and he wins it. McDonald passes on behind Thurston over to Bright. Bright over to Berezinski. Berezinski throws it all the way on goal, so there will be no icing as Kennesaw gets some fresh legs on the ice. Miami now throws a long pass up ice to make a change of their own as Tisdale collects in the Kennesaw zone. Tisdale throws it all the way over. It's intercepted
Tisdale,
by a
that's
Miami
Berezinski,
Hurricane.
Andrew.
Excuse me, Berezinski. I just saw the 4, not the 1. A pass to the point. Miami in Kennesaw State zone with 13:15 left to go in the first. Davis now collects behind Luke Thurston. Davis, a pass attempted for Moran, goes off the referee, but not high enough into the mesh as it's still in play. Arnold takes a check as the puck goes all the way back down for The first icing of the game, that puck is coming all the way back for an offensive zone faceoff for Miami.
Ever since the Kennesaw goal, you've been seeing Miami try and retaliate and respond as much as they can by keeping the puck in their offensive zone at even strength here. They were pretty good at doing that last night.
Not many shots on goal for them so far, though.
No. That's the benefit for Kennesaw State today versus yesterday. They've been able to sort of keep these shots away from Thurston.
And a fanned-on slap shot attempt there by Miami gives it on over to Moran as Moran's able to clear. 12:50 left to go in the first as Davis pushes out of his own zone, and a slap shot all the way from neutral ice on goal is not frozen by the goaltender. As Spysinski with a mean check behind the goaltender, as he will be feeling that tonight. He's going to have a nice bruise when he goes home.
Yeah, my goodness. That was you're going to need some Aleve all-day pain relief for some of that one, Andrew.
As a wraparound attempt is stopped by Thurston, it looks like.
Yes, indeed. They thought they had the goal. Yeah, they thought they had the goal, but it was waved off by the referee. No goal.
Thurston's skate just got over to the post to stop that before it can go in.
It's like, excuse me.
Good piece of goaltending there by the boy in the net.
He's always got a good spot of goaltending waiting for you.
Offensive zone faceoff from Miami about to happen with 12:29 left to go. It is Spysinski, wins it over to Gagne as Gagne, a little bank pass up to Bright. Bright moving up ice into the Miami zone. An attempted centering pass is stopped and thrown up into the mesh for an offensive zone faceoff for KSU. It is Spysinski now taking the faceoff, and Miami takes this one. But it looks like Kennesaw manages to control. No, it is Miami that comes up with the puck with 12:10 left to go. Spysinski comes in, knocks the puck away onto the stick of Bright. As Spysinski now, a wraparound attempt is closed off, but the rebound is out in front as the puck goes all the way back down the ice for Bright to track down. Bright pass on up to McDonald. McDonald controls in the Kennesaw zone. McDonald on up to Vandekerkhoff. Vandekerkhoff throws it back into the Miami zone as there was a stray glove on the ice back in the Kennesaw zone.
Whose glove is that?
I don't know. Bright has it on the point, gives it to Testino. Testino a shot.
Number
goes
6
wide.
for Florida.
Leaving his equipment all over our ice. Who do you think he is?
Unfortunate. That's just messy.
Yes, it is.
Not being a very good house guest.
Not at all. Kennesaw State flips it back into the Miami zone as Miami controls, but is intercepted by Testino. Testino, a pass to Vandekerkhoff. Vandekerkhoff, a wrist shot goes wide of the goal. A good opportunity there as a attempted slap shot by Gagne gets turned aside by a Miami defenseman. 11:12 left to go in the first period as Bright is back in his own zone. An intercepted pass and a shot goes high off the crossbar of Luke Thurston. Vandekerkhoff now throws a pass around the boards for Testino to collect as Testino's in the corner. Tries to tip it on back to Vandekerkhoff, but he overskated it. Miami moving back up ice. An errant pass goes all the way back down to the Kennesaw zone for Vandekerkhoff to collect for an icing. 10:45 left to go in the first period. Kennesaw State having a nice bit of time of possession.
Oh yeah, they're looking really, really solid as of right now. You can see they're still a little raw about last night, like a steak. They're not feeling very happy about that one. So
who likes their steaks raw?
Listen, man, Hannibal Lecter. I don't know.
Good reference.
I don't even think he's not a real person.
Face-off is won by Miami, and a bouncing puck is put on goal, stopped by the pad of Thurston. Arnold now fighting for the puck in the corner.
God, there's equipment all over the ice, Andrew. You have a stick now.
Ugh. This is a very messy team as Miami backtracks in their own zone to reset.
Berzinski's stick.
Oh. I'm still blaming it on Miami.
Okay,
I don't
it's
care.
their fault.
I don't care. It's Miami's fault. A pass is bobbled by Davis, but collected by the glove of
That
Arnold.
was hilarious. Tip drill.
It's like some Madden glitches out there. Miami now back in their own trapezoid. A pass along the boards is caught by Miami before Davis can get there. Miami moving up ice. A puck is put over the stick of Berzinski as Berzinski goes back to collect the icing. 10 minutes even in this first period.
Florida not very happy about that one.
Why? On icing. He was beyond neutral ice.
Dude, I don't know.
On icing. Their coach seems to yell a lot.
Yeah, I mean, he's the only coach over there, so you have to be like as loud as all the other coaches combined.
Yeah. And wearing a suit with an orange tie. He's a sharp-looking man.
He's ready for spooky season, that's
Yes,
for sure.
He is. Spysinski on the face-off. Runs right into the ref as Miami manages to come out with it. Berezinski now tries to send it back, but it is collected by Miami and put into the Kennesaw State zone. A centering pass is stopped by the skate of Gagne, as now Miami flips back in as Kennesaw State collects behind Luke Thurston. Gagne, a pass off a weird part of the boards, goes straight back to the middle of Kennesaw State zone as a hard slap shot's put on goal just wide of the net. As it looks like that is Berezinski back to collect it and gives on over to Spysinski. Spysinski up to Bright. A foot race now over to the Miami zone as Bright trips on a man, and both of them tumble to the corner. The puck goes back out of the Miami zone, so Kennesaw State must retreat to avoid the offside. Miami now pushes it back up to the Kennesaw State zone as Berezinski collects with 9 minutes left to go in this first period. Spysinski gets tangled with a man at center ice as Miami has the puck down, wraps around for Thurston. But no, there's a centering pass that's picked off by Spysinski before Miami can make a play on it. Kennesaw State sends the puck all the way back down to the Miami end of the ice for a third icing. That is some,
Wouldn't you know it?
some quick icings right in a row.
They are loving the icing calls here.
If there was any more icing here, this would be a bakery,
Nice.
not the Marietta Ice Center.
Nice.
Thank you. Just taking a page out of your book.
I appreciate it.
8:45 on the clock here in the first period.
Glad I can be having an impact on the youth.
Wow, the youth. Oh, I see how it is.
You're not the youth. You're ancient.
Aw.
Ooh, nice move there.
Nice bit of stick handling there by Vanderkerkhoff as Vanderkerkhoff moves all the way up ice. A centering pass is stopped by the skate and is collected by Gagne. Gagne still in Miami zone. A wrist shot goes off the pad of the Miami goaltender as Vanderkerkhoff tries to chase him down. Vanderkerkhoff now manages to push him off the puck as it trickles into the Kennesaw State zone for Gagne to collect behind Luke Thurston, but he is pushed off the puck as well, but McDonald is there trying to save the day. Miami comes out with a centering pass, is off the body of Bright, as another shot attempt is stopped by Thurston.
Oh, my goodness. A lot of great chances there for Miami. Luke Thurston shut them all down, every single one.
McDonald now moving up ice as he narrowly avoids a check as he dumps the puck into the Miami zone for a couple of Kennesaw State Owls to grab a breather on the bench. 7:45 left to go in this first period as Bright goes all the way back to the Kennesaw zone to collect a pass by Miami as they get some fresh legs on the ice as well. Arnold now, a pass on over to Bright. Bright moving on in. A wrist shot into the chest of Miami as a rebound attempt is turned aside and pushed to the boards by a Miami defenseman. Miami now moving up ice. Into the Kennesaw State zone is a nice check there. The man got airborne off of the check by Isaiah Arnold as now Davis is back to fight for the puck in his own zone.
Everybody on Kennesaw is laying that hit stick today, Andrew, and I am loving every second of it.
Absolutely. The puck trickles out of the Kennesaw State zone for Miami to push it back in, but it hits a Miami Hurricane, and that will be an offsides.
Offsides?
Offsides.
It's 5 yards.
Is it? Is that a 5-yard penalty?
I think so.
I haven't watched football. Our team had a bye week last week, so it's been a while. Steelers. Pittsburgh all the way.
Half of the viewers go away.
Yeah, well, you know. 7:06 left to go in this first period. Spysinski on the face-off, and it ends up on the stick of the Kennesaw State Owl. Puck goes all the way back in behind the Miami goaltender for Bright. A centering pass by Spysinski, and a beautiful feed there from Mitchell Bright for the wrist shot by Drew Spysinski, and that is another goal for Kennesaw State as they go up 2-0.
Read him like a book, Andrew. That centering pass was completely uncontested, completely unforeseen, and Kennesaw State with the 2-0 lead, making it look easy here today at the Ice Center in this first period with 6:56 remaining.
And props to Mitchell Bright for hustling down the ice to collect before a Miami Hurricane could, and then a beautiful backhanded feed to Drew Spysinski.
Yeah, that was just impressive all around, Andrew. Good hockey.
That was some good, clean, fundamental hockey right there. Fundamentals. That's the fundamentals. That's from when we watched Uncle Drew.
Love that movie.
We watched that movie in California, Matt.
Yes, we did.
Kennesaw State now. Spysinski with an amazing
He'll
check
score
right there.
goals and put hits on people. He doesn't even care.
He just does not care one bit about this Miami Hurricane team. Testino now in the corner. And a bit of a scrum there as Testino tries to knock it out to his teammate. But no, Miami's the first one to it. Miami at neutral ice. They push into Kennesaw State zone. A wrist shot is stopped by the skate of Berezinski as Miami controls it anyway. Miami trying to get back in the zone, but they had a man way offsides, so they couldn't do it. Miami in their own zone. A pass off the skate of Testino is controlled by Miami before Testino can get back to it. And a pass off the boards all the way down the Kennesaw zone will not be an icing as Thurston touch it. Vander Kirchhoff now. The far side boards. A backhanded pass up to Berezinski. Berezinski, a slapper from neutral ice, goes off the pads of the Miami goaltender as Vander Kirchhoff grabs the rebound. Vander Kirchhoff, a wrist shot, but it goes to Arnold. Arnold, a long slap shot there. Arnold, another opportunity, goes high of the net. A beautiful opportunity there by Isaiah Arnold. Had a wide open net to shoot at.
A gigantic string of several opportunities in a row for Kennesaw State University. Couldn't quite make the magic happen once again, but I'll tell you what, that does not bode well for the University of Miami's goaltender.
He seems a little rattled back there.
I mean, I would be.
Well, with these owls shooting at you, yeah, I'd be a little rattled too. 5 minutes even left to go in this first period as Gagne lobs the puck in. Moran comes in to chase it down and is off of his skate, but Miami comes up with it anyway. Miami moving on up. Harass there, and it is Gagne that manages to get his stick on it, and it is thrown back. Almost out of play, but no. Kennesaw State collects. And I need to find out who's wearing 61 today.
Yes, indeed.
He's making some plays, and I can't keep saying Kennesaw State Owl. I need names, man.
Okay.
A long pass goes for an icing as that puck comes all the way back down to the Miami zone for an offensive zone faceoff for Kennesaw State with 4:28 left to go in the first.
It's been an explosive first period here for Kennesaw State, and I'm not talking about. Never mind.
You want to finish that?
No, I don't know. I don't know where I was going with that. I don't know where I'm going with half the things that I ever say, so I just abandon half of my sentences.
Spysinski wins the faceoff as a wrist shot's put on goal by Gagne, and it's tracked down by Miami. The Hurricanes move up ice and is stripped off the puck there, and it is put up and out of play by, it looks like that was either Davis or Gagne.
At their own bench.
Their own dojo.
My own dojo.
Offensive zone face-off now for Miami. It's Spysinski in. Miami takes it. Miami moves along back behind Luke Thurston. And it is yes, Miami still has possession of it as Gagne tries to win that foot race and tips it on over to Bright. Mitchell Bright now trying to move up ice, gets stripped off the puck there by a Hurricane, and Miami now has it in their own zone. Miami throws it all the way up into the Kennesaw zone where Gagne will tip it so there was no icing as Davis comes back to collect. Davis puts it into the skates of Gagne, and Gagne comes out with it. Gagne now circles back along, gives a pass over to Davis as Davis throws a long pass up. Testino was offsides there, and he will eventually get back on side. Miami controls in their own zone. Some fresh legs on the ice here from Miami as they make a quick change. A bank pass and a check by Gagne knocks him off the puck as Bright will go back to collect. Bright throws all the way around the boards for Miami to collect in their own zone as now it is McDonald with an interception at neutral ice as he throws it off the boards. Bright avoids a check as he dumps it back into the Miami zone where Testino will go down to forecheck. A pass on over to Bright. A wrist shot, a bouncing puck, a weird angle shot there. That puck was bouncing all over the ice. But the Miami goaltenders had no choice but to lay down on that puck to stop it from going in.
Yes, indeed. Another good opportunity here for Kennesaw State with 2:59 to play in this first period.
Those weird bounces will kill you.
Yeah, they will, man.
We've been on the butt end of so many of those. We need to get some of our own.
You are not kidding.
Kennesaw State takes the face-off but loses possession to Miami as Tisdale went back to try to collect that one. Berezinski shoots the puck just outside of the blue line for Kennesaw to go back into their own zone. As now it is lobbed all the way back down to Kennesaw's zone where it will not be an icing as that puck was touched. Bright along the boards for Moran, and Moran up to Tisdale. Pass a little bit out of reach for Tisdale as now Miami has it, but off the skates of Arnold. A wrist shot by Tisdale is stopped into the chest of the Miami goaltender. The shot count is heavily in favor of Kennesaw State today.
Yes, indeed. And Tisdale, with some good little stick movement there, was able to put a shot on goal, making it look pretty darn easy with 2:28 to play in the first.
And shout out to the body of Isaiah Arnold stopping that puck from being cleared. That was nice.
Yeah, no, he was like, no, this is staying right here, please.
Spyasinski now on the offensive zone faceoff. Spyasinski takes it, but Miami gets possession. Miami moves up ice, throws it into the equipment there. Berezinski as the puck trickles all the way back down to Luke Thurston, as he will cover for the offensive zone faceoff for Miami. 2:16 left to go in the first period, as there will be another faceoff.
We just can't break 2 minutes, dude. There have been too many stoppages here with 2 minutes left to play.
Icings, faceoffs, offsides, out of play. Everything in the book that can stop the clock has happened in this last 2 minutes.
You are not kidding.
A centering pass goes way wide, as now Miami will try to chase it down behind Luke Thurston. Miami, a pass on up to the point. A long wrist shot hops in, and a rebound attempt is put wide of Luke Thurston. But I think Thurston would have got back in time. He was on his way over to that side of the net. So
yeah, maybe, but that was a very good opportunity for Miami.
Even if they got a stick on it, in Thurston we trust.
Yes.
That we finally cracked the 2 minute mark, as now there is 1:59 left to go in this first period.
We did it.
It was like 5 seconds at a time, and then play stopped. Spyasinski comes in on the faceoff. And it is won, and Bright flicks it up out into the Miami zone. Miami in their own zone, trying to figure out how to crack this Kennesaw State defense, as the puck is put all the way back down behind Luke Thurston, where Berezinski will gather. Berezinski knocks it up ice, and that will clear the blue line, so if Miami touches it, it will be in offsides. Berezinski in his own zone still. Gives it on over to Davis. Davis, trying to find a man, hops the puck up, but it is stopped before it can get to Kennesaw State Owl. McDonald now, moving up ice. The right side, a wrist shot goes far left, and it is stopped before it can go out of the zone by Davis. Davis, a long slap shot, is stopped by a Miami Hurricane before it can get to the goaltender, and it is put all the way back down the ice for another icing. 1:09 left in the first period. Kennesaw State still up 2-0. And that will be an offensive zone faceoff for KSU.
With 1:09 left to play here in the first period, it's been all Kennesaw all the time thus far.
And let's see if we can keep it that way. McDonald now on the faceoff. Miami wins it. And they throw it around the boards. Well, they will collect a bank pass. Almost hits me in the face again, as now McDonald will go down. A nice little move there, but it is stopped before he can make a play on it. Testino.
5 seconds to go.
Testino waiting for us to get back on side as Vanderkerkhoff. A nice bit of stick handling there. A wrist shot goes off the shoulder of the Miami goaltender. Vanderkerkhoff's had some nice stick handling moves these past 2 games, and it's been fun to watch.
Yes, indeed. He had his 2 goals last night, trying to bring that goal count up a little bit higher today. And I'll tell you what, if he keeps handling them like that, it certainly will.
Trying to pat his stats with 50 seconds left to go in this first period. McDonald wins the faceoff back to Vanderkerkhoff. Vanderkerkhoff, a wrist shot, hits McDonald in the gut, as now McDonald will control behind the goaltender. McDonald, attempted centering pass from Testino, is stopped by 2 Hurricanes, as now Miami moves up ice. A dump pass in, controlled by Bright, as Bright spins back around behind Thurston and puts it around the boards for Vanderkerkhoff. 25 seconds left to go, as Bright now tries to wrestle for the puck, but it is controlled by Miami, as Miami throws it over to the wing. Miami, attempted centering pass is stopped by the knee of Gagne, as Miami still has control of it, and it is stopped. It is bumped off the puck there by Testino, and now Vanderkerkhoff will move up ice with 10 seconds left to go. Maybe we can get one more shot as McDonald moves up ice. A wrist shot by McDonald is barely stopped. The rebound attempt by Testino moves over top of the crossbar, and some good opportunities there. 3 solid opportunities for Kennesaw State within the last 10 seconds of the first period.
Yeah, right as time expired, Kennesaw State just decided to turn up the heat once again like they have been all first period. And I'll tell you what, after this first period of play, I am liking the chances of Kennesaw State going here into the second period. So, with that being said, thank you guys for tuning in once again. We'll be back momentarily with the second period of play between your Kennesaw State Fighting Owls and the University of Miami Hurricanes. We will be back momentarily. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, everyone, to the Marietta Ice Center here in beautiful, scenic Marietta, Georgia, for the second period of play between your Kennesaw State Fighting Owls and the University of Miami Storms, the big spinny Storms,
Also known as
the U.
the U.
They put the U in ugh.
They put the U in losing. I didn't pass English.
That's really stupid.
Fresh 20 minutes of action here as Ian McDonald is in for the opening faceoff. And looks like Miami takes this one. An immediate push into Kennesaw zone, but it is stripped by Wes Davis as Davis now loses an edge, but manages to get it over to Gagne. Gagne up the boards, pass for Testino as Testino gets hit in the face with a stick and loses the puck, but manages to kick it out into neutral ice. Miami now controlling at neutral ice, but back into their own zone as the pressure there by Van de Kerkhoff was just too much. Davis, a lob pass over off the boards for Testino, but Miami gets to it first. Ricochets on back to Gagne as Gagne puts a slapper all the way into the zone. Miami now easing their way up the ice as a long pass is tipped by Gagne and intercepted by Davis back in the Kennesaw State zone. Davis, a long pass up to Bright as Bright tips it through the 5-hole of the referee as looks like Deer chases it on back down. Bysinski, attempted wrist shot, sails way wide as it was tipped before it got off of his stick as Bright controls in the corner. Bright throws it on over. On goal, that is Deer there around the back. Spysinski on over to Deer. Deer, a wrist shot stopped into the chest. The Miami goaltender. That had some steam behind that wrist shot for a weird angle.
That one was cooking, Andrew. And I'll tell you what, 18:52, a minute down already. And Kennesaw State looking to turn up the pressure once again, get back into the offensive zone, and build up that time of possession as per the usual.
See if we can make it happen as Aaron Tisdale wins the faceoff. Berezinski now gives it on over. And that is Arnold, who loses control and throws it on back into the Kennesaw zone. Thurston will come out and freeze the puck for an offensive zone faceoff from Miami with 18:41 left to go in the second.
Didn't even want to let him think about it.
Now, Thurston, always trapping pucks like it's his job, because it is his job.
Yeah, I mean,
that's what he gets paid to do.
He doesn't get paid.
He doesn't get paid. It's college.
Athletes aren't allowed to get paid.
Kennesaw State wins the faceoff, and it is tossed around the boards there by Berezinski as now Moran controls, and he gives it up to Arnold. Arnold pushes it further around the boards for Tisdale, and Tisdale collects in the corner. Tisdale, a pass on over to Arnold. Arnold hits it out of the air and gives it on back to Moran as he lets it go back to Bright. Bright to Moran. Moran centering pass for Arnold. Arnold to Bright. A long wrist shot is tipped before it can leave his stick as now it is Tisdale in the corner controlling. Berezinski at the point. Backhanded pass off the boards intercepted by Miami, but a long pass down the ice that will be an icing.
Coming all the way back down to the Florida State zone once again and a little
Miami.
bit more. You know what? It's the same peninsula, dude.
It's like America's only peninsula.
Yeah.
Am I right on that?
I think.
I'm thinking of the map right now. Am I right?
I think.
I hope I'm right.
I hope so.
18:05 left to go as a long battle for the faceoff is controlled by McDonald. Gives it on back to the point. McDonald now behind the goaltender. A pass on over is ricocheted up to Davis. Davis an attempted shot, but it is stopped by a skate. McDonald a centering pass for Testino. Puts it just wide of the goal as now Van de Kerkhoff tries to collect it. Miami ends up with possession as they throw it off the boards on over and down to the Kennesaw State zone.
Yes, indeed.
Berezinski collecting in the corner as he gives it on up to McDonald.
Kennesaw State playing a bit faster, it looks like, in this in the second period of play. Attempting to beat them in transition as well.
Yes, they are. A centering pass by Davis off the stick of Van de Kerkhoff goes wide as now Van de Kerkhoff has it behind the goaltender. Pass on out to the point for Davis as it goes on over to Gagne. Gagne, a wrist shot off the chest of the Miami goaltender as it's kicked back out.
That is Berezinski, Andrew, not Gagne.
Oh, that is Berezinski. My bad. I thought I saw a 6. I'm just dyslexic.
What? That's not how that works.
That's how it works for me. Welcome to my world, Matt.
Okay.
Davis now controls in his own zone as it is kicked up neutral ice, and that will be, is that an offside or is it a penalty? Looks like a slashing penalty on Miami. That is the first Kennesaw State power play of the night. A fresh 2 minutes of 5-on-4 hockey for KSU with 16:56 left to go in the second.
Do you consider 2:34 p.m. to be the night, Andrew? I think it's afternoon.
Well, I mean, I did wake up like 2 hours ago.
You
so
know
I
what?
guess
Fair
so
play.
for me, it's the morning.
Fair
So
play.
guess what? We're both wrong.
Fair play. Kennesaw State on a power play here in their offensive zone.
McDonald takes the face-off on back to Davis. Davis, a pass to the McDonald.
Oh!
Redirected and in. The beautiful feed from Wes Davis as McDonald didn't have to do anything as Wes Davis puts it straight onto the tape of his stick, and McDonald just guides it on into the net.
3 seconds into the Kennesaw State power play sees another goal for the Fighting Owls go up 3-0 here at the Ice Center in Marietta, Georgia.
16:52 left to go in the game, or excuse me, the second period, as Kennesaw State takes a 3-0 lead.
What happened yesterday? We're making this one look easy.
Yes, we are. Well, yesterday I can tell you exactly what happened. About 15 penalties, a fight, and a high-scoring game.
That is very true.
Gagne back in his own zone, kicks it on up to Arnold. Arnold just shrugs off a check there as Moran takes it in a centering pass, and it bounces on back to Bright. Bright overskates it as Miami collects. Miami now at neutral ice, but Bright gets to it first, but Miami intercepts it anyway. A long pass on back in the Kennesaw State zone for Gagne, as Gagne puts it around the boards for Moran. The puck goes all the way back down the ice, and that will be another icing.
Coming all the way back down to Kennesaw State territory. One of the very first defensive zone faceoffs here for Kennesaw State in this period. 16:18 remaining in the second. And Kennesaw State looking to bring the pressure once again.
Or keep the pressure up.
Absolutely.
Tisdale trying to take this face-off in his own zone. Tisdale wins it as Gagne tries to kick it to safety, but no, Miami collects it. Gagne just absolutely shrugs a man into the boards as Miami controls anyway. Miami loses control over to Moran as Moran makes the push-up ice. Moran, a dump pass in, and it is put behind the goaltender as Tisdale with a nice little hit behind the net as Bright comes in to harass. Miami moving up ice. It's Gagne back. A shot off the elbow of Luke Thurston. Nice little save there.
Poked away very well by Thurston.
It is now Gagne behind the net. Gagne up to Vanderkerkhoff. Vanderkerkhoff attempted for Tisdale, but the Miami player just puts it straight up into the mesh, and that will be a neutral zone faceoff.
Vanderkerkhoff clowning the referee there a little bit.
He's a jokester, that one. Or so I'm told. McDonald takes the face-off back to Berezinski. Berezinski puts it straight into the equipment of a Miami Hurricane, as now McDonald tries to chase it down. McDonald and Testino, a little bit of a miscommunication, didn't know who was supposed to get that puck, as now Miami controls in their own zone. Vanderkerkhoff now trying to chase down the puck, as Miami still controls. They are holding it for a long time. And a long pass all the way up ice that is just barely onside as Miami now controls behind Luke Thurston. Miami on the left wing. A pass up to the left side point. Barely keeps it in the zone, and it is thrown back around for Berezinski as if he can get there first. He gets checked, so no, it is Miami that has control now, as Miami is back behind Thurston. Nice little stand-up check there by Testino as now Miami controls on the point. A long wrist shot redirected, bounces over top of the net. And now Miami controls anyway. The near side point, a long wrist shot once again kicked up over the net, that time by Berezinski. As now a fight in the corner happens again, and we have a penalty, it looks like, on Kennesaw State. 14:37 left to go in the second. That will be a confirmed penalty. That is on Josh Berezinski.
Cross-check. They got him on the cross-check.
Yeah.
I don't know about that one. That was dubious at best, that call.
Yeah.
That's all. That's the only reaction you can have to
the
that.
only thing I can say about that.
Disgusted.
Ugh, gross. Deer coming in on the face-off. He's on over to Arnold. Attempted clear is off the mask as Arnold now pushes up ice, has one man to beat. Little dump pass in, and it is stopped by the Miami goaltender. Arnold now in the Miami zone, just killing time.
You know what? Let's just have an offensive possession while we're down a man. Why not, right?
That would work. Deer
he did it again.
Deer tried to strip him, but it ends up just getting in his head and getting thrown on back all the way to the boards of the Miami zone. Miami, once again, lose possession. We almost had an own goal there. The Miami goaltender had to really stretch to stop that puck from going in as an errant pass almost makes the score 4-0. Miami pushes all the way back in the Kennesaw zone as Deer's the first one to it, but cannot manage to clear it. Spyasinski stands up a man on the boards as now Davis comes back and a long pass all the way down. That will be another clear. 1:10 left to go on this man advantage for Miami. 13:44 left to go in the second. Miami on the way up the ice off of Davis's mask, and Davis tries to control in his own zone. He does. Nice bit of stick handling there, gives him to McDonald, and McDonald blasts it all the way back down for another clear. 50 seconds left to go now in the power play. 13:25 left to go in the period as Miami makes another push. Miami now at neutral ice. Back up to the high point. Miami now thinking of a shot. A slap shot is stopped by his own player before he can even get close to the goal. Gagne takes a cross check, but no call, of course, as now Gagne tries to fight for the puck. 25 seconds left to go on the power play as Davis now fights for control, but Miami ends up with it. A pass to the near point. A shot off of McDonald's skate turns it wide. Moran now trying to play some defense as Gagne stands up a man into the boards. 15 seconds left the power play. A centering pass goes a bit wide as now McDonald tries to get to it. McDonald can't quite clear. McDonald fighting for the puck right in front of me as now Miami controls it but throws it over to Moran. Moran with the clear. That will do it for the power play for Miami with 12:35 left to go in this period as we are back to full-strength hockey.
Another successful kill for Kennesaw State's penalty kill. They have been absolutely stellar all season.
Yes, they have. That has been one of their strong suits as now Van de Kerkhoff pushes up ice. Jeremy Van de Kerkhoff, a wrist shot stopped before it can leave his stick as he goes on behind the goaltender.
He's too slippery.
He is. He's just one slippery boy.
They call him the slippery boy.
A centering pass almost for McDonald, but it skips straight over his stick as now Miami controls. Testino stops a push from happening as now it goes on to the stick of Bright up to McDonald. McDonald moving up ice. Nice little move there. A backhanded at a sharp angle goes just wide as now Miami tries to get out of the zone and catch a breather but cannot as now Bright is at neutral ice with the puck. Bright Testino to McDonald. McDonald a backhand off the shoulder. And a rebound from Moran. Moran can't put it in. A backhand by Moran again. And it is stopped before it can get to the goaltender. Some good quality chances by Kennesaw State.
Absolutely. There was at least 3 or 4 amazing chances there for Kennesaw State. Just couldn't bury one to bring the lead to 4 goals up with 11:30 remaining in this second period.
Absolutely. And now James Barrett is on the ice. Pushes it back into the Miami zone as now Miami controls. Berezinski controls at neutral ice. Gives it on over to Bright. Bright off the shin of Moran. Bright just shoulders off a hit and knocks the man down to the ice. And now it is Kennesaw in their own zone. Moran a shot short of on the very far short side is now Miami pushes it up ice. Off the skates of Gagne. And now Gagne pushes it back up to the boards. So about 5 different checks there happen.
Delayed penalty on Kennesaw State.
See, in that whole mess of checks that just happened in front of the Miami bench, how is Kennesaw State the one that comes up with the penalty?
I couldn't tell you, Andrew.
Maybe this is just like a sympathy penalty because we're up 3 goals.
It's got to be because I didn't really see a whole lot there. And I believe they're going to get Gagne? No, they're going to get Tisdale for it. We'll have to see what the call is.
Make the call, ref. I want to know what happened. Put your hand down and make the call. Okay, I guess we're not getting a call. All we know is that Tisdale's in the box for 2 minutes with 10:53 left to go.
And that we are not very happy about it.
No, I am not happy. Matt, are you happy?
I was born unhappy, Andrew.
He's been unhappy since I've known him.
I was brought into this world miserable. No reason for that to change.
Van de Kerkhoff on the face-off. Miami takes it. As now Miami has it at the center of the zone. A backhand for Thurston. A backhand gets pushed wide to Thurston, actually, as now Van de Kerkhoff tries to steal the puck. A shot goes wide from Miami, as that shot had some steam behind it. Miami now on the left wing. Another shot turned aside by the knee of Gagne. And now that puck is not yet cleared. Dumps it on back down behind Luke Thurston, as now they have it on the left wing. Miami gives it on up to Gagne. Gagne throws it straight back down the ice for the first clear with 1:28 left to go on the power play. 10:20 left to go in the period.
10-20. Was that a good year, Andrew?
I don't know. I haven't had a history class this semester.
You said that yesterday.
I know. Well, I'm just reinforcing it today because you asked me again.
Fair play.
Miami moving up ice back into the Kennesaw zone as Arnold tries to steal the puck, and Miami has it on the far point, as now on the left wing. Back up to the point. It is knocked away by Arnold. A slap shot hits the bottom of a Miami Hurricane.
Posterior.
The the old ye oldie backside as that puck crosses the blue line, and now Miami must retreat. 50 seconds left to go in the penalty. 9:42 left to go in the period as Miami makes one more push. Miami moving up the ice. Gagne there to play some defense and is thrown to the left wing as now Gagne stands up a man on the boards as Davis has it now. Davis, a long clear once again for Kennesaw State.
Just a little apropos of nothing here, Andrew. If University of Miami doesn't come out on the ice at home games to Miami by Will Smith, I'd be severely disappointed.
Maybe you should have a word with their manager about it.
I should.
We will have another penalty on Kennesaw State. That one will be for tripping. That one might be on Vandenkerkhoff, as now Vandenkerkhoff will touch the puck, and that will be 13 seconds of 5-on-3 hockey, followed by yet another man advantage for Miami.
And wouldn't you know it, this same second period slump of penalties that plagued Kennesaw last night is rearing its ugly head once again.
That penalty was on Tristan Gagne for tripping.
Yes, indeed.
Same thing that happened last night. There was a 5-on-3 in the second period, and that's when Miami started to turn the game.
That's classy.
The coach is talking to Vandenkerkhoff now for Miami as he has some strong words to say to him. Vandenkerkhoff having none of it.
University of Miami coach acting like an absolute child here in this game.
I didn't know childs wore fitted suits.
If children could wear fitted suits, that's what it would look like. He doesn't have much hair either, much like a baby, like a newborn babby.
But he does have a beard. Do newborn babies have beards?
It's taped on, Andrew. That's
I thought it was paint. Miami now expires the 5-on-3. Kennesaw State now is only down one man as Miami has it in the Kennesaw zone.
Like LeBron James's hair for a while, it looked like it was painted on.
Yeah, that's just the Miami coach's beard. A long clear around the boards for Kennesaw once again with 1:20 left to go on the penalty and 8:25 left to go in the period. Miami pushing up ice once again off the stick of a Miami Hurricane back to Berezinski, who immediately clears it back into the Miami zone.
Miami just can't get anything going here.
Kennesaw's penalty kill has been fantastic this game.
Their power play kill has been great too. They managed to kill their own power play in 3 seconds by scoring a goal.
Thank you for emphasizing that, Matt. A wrist shot goes high of Thurston as Thurston covers it as it hits the back of the cage. 53 seconds left to go on the power play. 7:59 left to go in the second period as Kennesaw doing a marvelous job on this penalty kill.
Absolutely. They're making this one look like they aren't even shorthanded, Andrew.
See if this Miami coach has any more words for the audience.
Choice vocabulary. He's using those sentence enhancers you hear so much about.
Sentence enhancers. That's nice. Miami now, an attempted shot goes up the stick of Vandenkerkhoff, the very same player who was just having words with the coach, probably using a few sentence enhancers of his own, as that puck goes straight up into the mesh for another offensive zone face-off for Miami.
This is stupid. I love it.
49 seconds left to go with the power play as McDonald takes this face-off, wins it cleanly for Berezinski as Berezinski manages to clear it, but it goes into the Miami bench. Another offensive zone face-off for Miami. What do you know about that? Only 3 seconds drained off the power play during that little bit of a possession right there.
A bit of a possession.
McDonald doing another face-off.
As they say in France.
Do they say that in France? McDonald takes it again, and another clear, this time for Berezinski. Puts that one on goal. Vandenkerkhoff sends a man down to the ice as McDonald manages to keep it in. We're having a bit of an attacking stretch right here. A backhanded shot by McDonald has to get kicked aside by the Miami goaltender.
Some shorthanded opportunities for Kennesaw once again. They've had a couple of those this game thus far.
And not only is it putting pressure on the goalie, it's also killing a lot of time with only 20 seconds left to go on this penalty.
Yes, indeed.
7:20 left to go on the game clock for this period, as now Miami has it behind Luke Thurston.
10 seconds remaining in this power play now.
Miami in the corner. Pressure by Berezinski gives it on back behind Luke Thurston as now Berezinski takes it. And one last final clear. It will not cross the blue line, but we are back to full-strength hockey. And a pass or a shot goes straight wide of Thurston, and now Wes Davis tries to collect. Davis in a battle behind Luke Thurston as it goes on over for Testino to try a battle of his own. Puck pretty much glides along the top of the glass, and that will be another stoppage in play. Back to full-strength hockey with 6:50 left to go in the second period. Hopefully no more penalties. Hopefully more encouraging words from the Miami coach.
Hopefully all of those things at the same time.
All of them.
Every single one.
Last one of those things. Drew Spysinski in on this faceoff.
Oh.
Spysinski wins it and knocks it on back to Berezinski as he blasts it around the boards, but Miami stops it before it can be cleared, but it goes to the stick of Bright anyway. Bright to his own flesh and blood, the other Bright, as Deere is now in the corner.
What if there was no relation?
I would still say that. It wouldn't matter.
I completely
Try and
agree.
stop me. We have a penalty now, another penalty on Kennesaw State. This will be another 2 minutes of a man advantage
This one's on Spysinski.
for Miami. Yeah, this one is on Spysinski, a bit of aggression carrying over from last game.
What was that penalty signal? Was he dropping the people's elbow? Like,
That's what it looked like. Just ref walks over down the ice like,
please, here Connor, please explain.
I didn't hear a word. You got headphones.
What penalty was that?
Elbowing.
Elbowing.
That's
so
a
it was.
penalty?
So it was the people's elbow.
it
Okay.
was. I didn't know that
Perfect.
was the official
Perfect.
sign.
Thank you for the consultation there from our very own Connor Whalen.
Jeremy Vandy Kirchhoff now on the face-off in Kennesaw zone. No more words for the coach as Miami wins that one. Miami has it on the left wing. Now back to the left side point, back to the left wing. Miami, a wrist shot goes straight past the right post of Luke Thurston, and Miami controls the center of Kennesaw zone. A wrist shot once again goes far right as Thurston doesn't even have to make a play on it. Miami now controls on the boards. Miami back around to the left boards, pressure by Vander Kirchhoff, and that puck sails wide straight back into the Miami zone with Isaiah Arnold chasing that one down.
Nice pass, dude.
Miami in their own zone gives it out to neutral ice as Miami now moves into Kennesaw's zone. Miami making a move in front, backhands it, but it's turned aside by Luke Thurston as now Miami has it in the left corner. A pass on over to the right side is fanned on, was tipped before it got there, and now Arnold will try to backhand it out of play but cannot get there. Miami in the center of the zone, a stop by Thurston. Beautiful save there by the man in the net, Luke Thurston. That's on the back of the quarter, right? In Thurston we trust.
Is that the man, the myth, or the legend?
It
Or
is-
is it every single one of those things?
And Thurston. A bouncing puck off of a clear is controlled by the Miami goaltender with 50 seconds left to go on this power play. 5:20 left to go in the second period as Gagne will retrieve at the Kennesaw zone. An attempted clear is stopped in the middle, and a shot in front is stopped with ease by Luke Thurston. A difficult save for most goalies, but not for Luke Thurston.
Stood him up like a prom date, Andrew. That was incredible.
Another rebounded save by Thurston with 30 seconds left to go in this penalty. Thurston with two incredible saves right there, but he made him look easy. Miami now skates into the Kennesaw zone. Another shot caught easily. That shot was
Oh
probably
my
going
goodness.
85 miles an hour, and now Thurston makes it look like it was
Going
nothing.
Mach 6. That shot, Andrew. It broke the sound barrier. My glasses are completely ruined.
It broke the sound barrier,
and
but
Luke
not
Thurston
Thurston's glove.
Just snapped that up like it was a frolic in the park. I don't know what I'm saying.
18 seconds left to go on the power play. With 4:45 left to go in the period as Miami wins the faceoff and is now on the near side point. A pass on over to the other side is tripped up by Berezinski as now Berezinski is trying to fight for control. A centering pass goes between the legs of Wes Davis as the power play expires with 4:30 left to go in the second period as Davis is now fighting for possession. Puck kicked back in by a Miami Hurricane as now it's Haas fighting for possession, goes over to Spysinski. Spysinski hauling his way up the ice. A wrist shot stopped by the skate of a Miami Hurricane, but it goes straight back to Spysinski. Gives it on over to a Miami Hurricane as Miami is now pushing up the ice. Berezinski is back, and a shot is deflected by Berezinski straight up into the mesh. That is another offensive zone faceoff for the Miami Hurricanes. Kennesaw doing a fantastic job killing off those power plays so far.
Miami's had some good time of possession here in the second period, but haven't been able to get a darn thing going.
Yeah, all that time of possession has been on a power play.
It's like trying to pull start a cold chainsaw, Andrew.
Yes.
I've never done that, though, so I wouldn't really know.
All right, then. Tisdale now in on the faceoff as Miami controls it, but it goes back behind the blue line as Miami must retreat to recover. Wes Davis has it in his own zone. Davis, a pass on up to Tisdale. Tisdale tries to throw it on for Barrett. That is James Barrett, yes. But no, now Arnold has it. Throws it around the boards for Barrett. Barrett gives it on back to Davis. Davis on over to Berezinski, but it is tripped up and given back to the Miami Hurricanes. A bank pass is now on the stick of Wes Davis. Davis moving up the ice, gives it on over to Barrett. Barrett dumps it in for Miami to control. Miami in their own zone. Wes Davis, a beautiful attempt there to stop that pass. He just manages to get a stick on it.
Yeah, deflection was great.
James Barrett now trying to get control, but Miami is the one that ends up with it as Davis flicks it on back for Evan Deere to try to control. Deere gives it on up to Tisdale. Tisdale gets checked down to the ice as now Miami has it behind their own net. 3 minutes left to go in this second period as Deere immediately gets a check of his own, and Spysinski has to wait for Deere to get back on side, so he just throws it back into the Miami zone. Deere's the first one to the puck, throws it up over a Miami Hurricane and gets back to it as now Spysinski tries to gather, but no, it is Tristan Gagne that ends up with it. 2:45 left to go in the period as now Deere is behind the Miami net. Deere, a centering pass looked like for Bright. No, it is stopped and given back to Deere. Deere, a pass on over to Berezinski. Berezinski, a long wrist shot into the chest of the Miami goaltender with 2:32 left to go in this second period.
You can see Gagne wide open. He wanted the puck on that play. He thought he had a nice open look, but being overlooked.
There was nobody near Gagne. He probably could have ripped the slap shot at like 150 miles an hour right there. Or as you like to say, Mach 6.
That would have hit low Earth orbit, that shot, Andrew.
2:32 on the clock now. Kennesaw still up 3-0. As McDonald wins the faceoff, an early wrister by Vandekerkhoff is stopped by the mess of bodies from the faceoff circle. Miami pushing up ice as Berezinski tries to play some defense, and a wraparound attempt is kicked out of the net by Luke Thurston. Way to recover there.
Good stop there by Thurston. Absolutely incredible.
Attempted centering pass is fanned on. It is kicked back to the corner where Miami will settle down a centering pass and throw it straight back into their own zone. That will be no icing as Miami just blundered it and threw it back into their own zone.
Classic.
Wonder if the coach drew that one up. 2 minutes left to go in this second period as Miami brings it back up the ice. A pass is tipped aside by a stick, and that will be a hand pass, a stoppage in play.
I thought it was going to be another penalty on Kennesaw State. We've had so many this period.
Wouldn't be surprised. The refs have it out for us.
Every home team always thinks this.
And we are no exception.
No.
1:51 left to go in the second period, as now it is Tisdale in at neutral ice for the faceoff. Miami wins it as they throw it on back in their own zone as they begin the push. Nice check there by Bright. Takes him straight off the puck as now Berezinski has it. Berezinski being chased down makes a man miss with that little spin move, and he gives it on up to Arnold. Arnold moving up ice, dumps it in, has to be pushed aside by the Miami goaltender as Arnold tries to chase it down. Arnold back to Berezinski, tips a pass on over to the corner, but it's controlled by Miami as Miami flicks it all the way over. Berezinski looking like Odell Beckham Jr. catching the puck right there in front of the net as Miami intercepts and moves down the ice. Bright standing his man up, not giving him any room to breathe, as now Miami has it back in the Kennesaw zone. A centering
another
pass.
glove on the ice.
They need to really strap these things on.
Some Velcro or something.
A wrist shot attempt there by Miami is stopped in the gut by Luke Thurston, as now there will be another offensive zone faceoff as both teams get some fresh legs onto the ice. And that is number 11 for Miami that lost his glove. Miami's always losing their gloves.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is.
Couldn't tell you. They need to get better fitting gloves, I suppose.
With that nice coach bus outside. Should get some better gloves. Centering pass, knocked away by Kennesaw State Owls that bounced over a stick, and Evan Deere now with the deflection goes on the break. Evan Deere. A pass is just tipped outside with 50 seconds left to go in this second period.
Almost a fantastic opportunity there. Evan Deere trying to open him like a corkscrew, Andrew.
Miami now back in Kennesaw State zone. A centering pass is stopped by Davis. 40 seconds left to go in the second period as the puck goes all the way out to Bright. Bright into Miami zone. A backhanded pass for Deere. Deere wrist shot off the skate of Bright. And now 30 seconds left to go as Miami makes another push. Miami into the Kennesaw zone. On the right side is stopped up into the catching glove of Luke Thurston with 25 seconds left to go in the second period. Offensive zone faceoff for Miami as Ian McDonald takes this one and wins it. Back to Berezinski, but Miami ends up with the control, but gives it on over to his brother, the other Berezinski. These brothers are really tripping me up with the same last names.
I'll tell you what, they're playing very well, though.
McDonald moving down the ice. Almost a good attempt there for McDonald with 10 seconds left to go in this second period as now the puck is trapped between a few people in the corner. McDonald, last-second shot, goes up into the mesh with 2 seconds remaining in the second period. McDonald with, once again, that burst of speed that we know and love.
Absolutely played him like a fiddle, just couldn't quite put it away. And it looks like we're going to have an empty net for the last 2 seconds here. The extra man coming on for Kennesaw State.
Luke Thurston going to the bench. McDonald in on this faceoff. 2 seconds. Let's see if we can do something with it. As the puck is stopped in the middle of the faceoff circle, and that will end the period. Kennesaw State remains on top 3-0 as we have a bit of extracurricular activity in front of Miami's goal.
Yes, we do. A little bit of sauce happening here at the end of the second period.
Wouldn't be a KSU versus Miami game without a little bit of the secret
The
sauce.
secret sauce. I agree. Thank you guys for staying tuned into this game. We will be back momentarily with the third period of play between your Kennesaw State Fighting Owls and the University of Miami Spinny Storms. We'll be back momentarily. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, everyone, to the lovely Marietta Ice Center. Welcome back to all of the fans watching and the millions watching around the world. Welcome back. It is time for the third period of play between the Kennesaw State Fighting Owls and the University of Miami Spinny Boys.
Those spinny boys that do not like the Carolinas.
No.
Fresh 20 minutes left to go, as I didn't realize that Kennesaw is now on a power play for the first
Yes.
2 minutes of this
Yes,
period.
they are, and I am a big fan of that one, let me tell you.
Vandekerkhoff back in his own zone, trying to find an angle to take as he loses the puck in an attempted pass for Davis, but gets it back and gets it over anyway. Davis going to center ice, gives it up to Vandekerkhoff as Vandekerkhoff crosses into the zone. Vandekerkhoff dumps it on back to Bright. Bright up to Davis. Davis to Vandekerkhoff. A slap shot is fanned on by Jeremy Vandekerkhoff as Deer takes it in the corner. Deer. Backhanded pass to McDonald. McDonald over to Deer. Centering pass off the skate of a Miami Hurricane as Bright tries to chase that down. Bright's the first man to it. Gives it on back to Vandekerkhoff. A wrist shot deflected about 3 times as it's controlled by McDonald behind the net. McDonald skates over to the corner as a backhanded pass goes on over to Bright. Bright back to Vandekerkhoff as Vandekerkhoff gives it on over to Davis. Davis. A long wrist shot just narrowly misses the left post as Bright tries to skate that one down. Vandekerkhoff back to Bright. Bright over to McDonald. McDonald back down to Bright. Bright, a centering pass, is just a bit behind Vandekerkhoff as Miami blasts that one back for the first clear. 18:45 on the game clock with 45 seconds left to go on the penalty as Kennesaw will attempt to make another push here. Gagne now behind the net. Gives it on up to Testino. Testino at neutral ice. Blasted on back into the Miami zone. Around the boards for Spicinski. Spicinski, attempted pass, is intercepted by Miami as they get almost another clear, but they maintain control of it as they move up ice. Gagne tries to kick it on over to Tisdale, but Miami keeps control of it with 20 seconds left to go on this power play for one more clear by Miami.
Berezynski to collect, Andrew, and I'll tell you what. We learned a nice little fun little tidbit about our man Justin Berezynski over the break here, over the second intermission. Call him Birdman.
That's always good to know as Testino with a nice stick-handling move there. Puts a shot on goal and the rebound by, looked like Spicinski, gets swallowed up by the Miami goaltender.
I'm going to give you a tasty little morsel like that, and you can't even acknowledge?
Well, that was a good play that happened. But anyway, yeah, you can even give a tasty little morsel to the Birdman.
The Birdman. Maybe some sunflower seeds or something.
We'll have to see if he's fond of those. McDonald takes the face-off. Vandekerkhoff gives it back to McDonald. McDonald back behind the net. Power play expires. Back to full-strength hockey now as there is 17:45 left to go on the game clock. McDonald behind the net. A centering pass to Vandekerkhoff. Shot by McDonald is stopped by the Miami goaltender. McDonald makes a play laying down on the ice.
Sliding around.
Just stick-handling on his back. I don't know how he does it. And now Berezynski is back to collect. Berezynski in his own zone. A pass off the boards for Sullivan. Sullivan up to Vandekerkhoff. Vandekerkhoff moves on in. Loses the puck as Miami moves back the other way. Miami moving down the left side. Working on Tristan Gagne. Centering pass is knocked out of the zone by Berezynski all the way back on goal. That will not be an icing. Pass attempt by the goalie is collected by Spicinski as Spicinski throws it over to the far side corner.
He got in there very, very quickly to break up that pass.
Yes, he did with 17 flat left to go on the clock as Evan Deer wins the battle in the corner. A pass on over to Berezynski. A slap shot is got just a little bit of it as a rebound by Deer almost gets put back in as now we have a stoppage in play.
For some reason.
All I know is that a Miami player ended up inside of the net. Oh, the net got knocked off of its posts. That's what it was.
The classic.
Hit him with the old UNC Charlotte. $16:51 left to go in this third period as a long wrist shot by Bright is trapped in the glove of the Miami goaltender. You still laughing at that, huh?
I just wasn't prepared for that.
Still laughing.
I was not mentally equipped to deal with that.
16:46 left to go in the third period. Score is still the same as it was, 3-0 as Spicinski comes in to take this face-off.
Spicinski, they call him Vincent Van Gogh on ice.
Who calls him that?
I just did.
Nice. We'll see if that sticks. A pass is lobbed all the way up to the roof of the Marietta Ice Center as the Miami goaltender whiffs on the pass, but Miami collects it anyway. Miami A bank pass onto the stick of Berezinski as it gets thrown all the way back into the Miami zone. Spysinski goes down to try to pressure as Miami moves on out. A long pass up the ice out of the reach of a Miami Hurricane as Berezinski will be the first one back. Berezinski in the corner now. Gives it on over to Arnold. 2 men. It takes 2 men to check Berezinski off his skates as he goes down to the ice. As now Berezinski gets up and collects the puck anyway. Arnold trying to clear. He manages to. And it's Tisdale trying to move down the ice.
I'll tell you what, they make Kennesaw State players out of whatever they make Nokia phones out of, because they are just indestructible, Andrew. Takes several large men to bring them to the ice, and even then, they just bounce right back up.
Several grown men to drop a Kennesaw State owl to the ice.
Indeed.
15:44 left to go on the game clock as a shot from neutral ice is stopped by the Miami goaltender.
Ooh, they're playing Lemon by Nerd. I love this song.
McDonald coming in on the face-off
this
now.
beat tastes like lunch. Oh, sorry. I got
McDonald gives on over to Testino as the goaltender lays out for it. A good opportunity there, but 3 Miami defenders were able to corral it before Kennesaw could. Davis back to collect in his own zone. Davis off the boards to Testino. 15:25 left to go. And a shot by Vanderkerkhoff off the pads of the goaltender. It is on its way back to Davis. Davis gives it on back to Vanderkerkhoff, who tips it back behind the goal. Miami trying to make a move as Vanderkerkhoff with a nice check there. Berezinski, a long slap shot goes wide left of the goal as Davis collects it on the corner. Davis centering pass off the shin of a Miami Hurricane as Miami with a bank pass. It's stopped by the glove of Wes Davis. Wes Davis tumbles to the ice, but still playing the puck. Testino in front of the goal. A centering pass. A shot by Davis is stopped in front. McDonald now back at the point, and a pass is tipped up into the Miami bench for another faceoff.
Yes, indeed. This might be. Oh, they're playing Africa. Playing Africa by Toto is the playlist guy. I'm not a big fan of the song, Andrew. Gotta be
I'm
honest with you.
jamming out over here to it. I don't care what you think as Spysinski comes in for the faceoff. Back to Bright. Bright, a long wrist shot on over. Stopped by the Miami goaltender. Anything else you want to say about that song?
No, it's just I'm not a particularly huge fan of it.
Whatever.
He's just like, okay, you can be wrong as well, then.
What I am a fan of is this 3-goal lead by Kennesaw State with
Yo,
14:44 left to go in the third
absolutely.
period.
This spicy 3-goal lead we managed to hang on to.
Kennesaw wins the faceoff as Sullivan has it in the corner. A pass goes through the legs of Gagne as Spysinski corrals it. Spysinski, a long pass off the opposite side boards as Sullivan tries to track that one down. Sullivan gets stood up by a Miami defenseman as the puck goes up and out of play for another faceoff.
More offensive zone possession time for Kennesaw State. They've been living down here in the University of Miami's end of the ice for quite some time now with 14:27 left to play in this third and final period, Andrew.
You know it as Spysinski comes in for the faceoff.
The University of Miami is going to need themselves a bit of a minor miracle here if they want to come back from this one.
Miracle on Ice got nothing on this as Spysinski with a shot. Rebound by Bright is put into the boards as Bright just lays on top of a man.
Still on top of him.
They are still wrestling in the back as now it's a 2-on-1. A shot off the pipe. The right post of Luke Thurston. I've said it before. That is his favorite friend right there. The right post with 13:58 left to go. And the score is still 3-0. A bouncing puck put on goal is moved aside by the goaltender as now Miami starts to trek up ice. And a pass off the elbow of a Miami player.
Right in the funny bone, Andrew.
He's going to be feeling that one. A puck off the body of Arnold gets pushed straight into the goaltender as Davis now has it on the far side point. Davis, a long shot, almost goes underneath the goalie as Arnold was there to disrupt.
He almost slap shot at a 5-hole. That was incredible.
Almost, but then the goalie just sat down on it. Like it was a clutch of eggs. It just sat down.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You got something to say?
A clutch of eggs?
Say it. That's what it's called.
I didn't know that was
It's called a
what
clutch of eggs. Look it up. I took honors bio freshman year of high school.
Okay.
I know what I'm talking about, I think.
I believe you.
A shot is kicked off the skate of Tisdale, and it goes on back for Miami to control. Miami throws all the way up the ice for Wes Davis for an icing as
And a penalty.
a penalty and a late hit on, I think that's Tisdale now, as a Miami player tumbles into the goal and then straight into Aaron Tisdale. But Tisdale got his legs taken out, toppled to the ice, and hops right back up. He isn't even phased by it.
No penalties? No way.
That looked like a trip, a slide tackle, and Miami scored with the body of a player.
That's 2 shots in the ball.
Thurston saw a Miami player on his back heading straight for him. He just sidestepped him and let him in.
He's like, you know what? You can go ahead.
I'm surprised he didn't catch him in his glove.
It's coming all the way back down the ice.
I think it was an icing.
No way.
Yeah, they called the
This is
icing.
the most violent icing of all time.
It was. Tisdale on the face-off as Arnold tries to gain possession, and he does. Spins it around back to boards for Moran to try to go after it. Moran, a check to the boards there as it goes on to the stick of Moran for Arnold. Arnold tries to get a wrist shot off, but is stopped by about 3 sticks. Barazinski, a slap shot, is turned aside as now Moran with a little flick of the puck in, and a rebound by Tisdale gets put right past the right side post to make this game a 4-0 hockey game.
It's an absolute rout now, Andrew. Kennesaw State going up 4-0. My man's just laying in goal like, what do I got to do?
He can't believe it.
What do I got to do?
Tisdale always with his head up to seize the beautiful, juicy rebound there and just puts it straight into the back of the net. He didn't even think he scored that. I actually called that goal before Tisdale knew it went in. So
That was incredible.
he was a little bit of a delay. He might have heard me say it, and that's why,
So that
that's
was
why he knew he
Tisdale
scored.
on the goal?
That was Tisdale on the goal.
Nice. Well done. He's had some good shots today and some even better hits. But as per the usual, it's always nice if you can get a goal under your belt for today as well.
McDonald moving up the ice. Another wrist shot. Goal by McDonald! About 5 seconds after the Aaron Tisdale goal, McDonald goes straight up the seam of Miami's zone and puts another point on the board. Ian McDonald with a wrist shot high stick side. Unbelievable turn of events here for Kennesaw State.
He had to do it to him, Andrew.
He was like, you know what, Aaron, I like it, but I can do you one better.
He's like, Tisdale, listen, buddy. I appreciate the effort, but watch. Watch this.
Watch and learn.
Watch how I absolutely carve him up like a Christmas ham.
Or a Halloween pumpkin, Matt. Halloween's only a couple days away.
But I'm already in the Christmas spirit, Andrew.
How are we all? Barazinski moves up ice as McDonald tries to chase that one down.
That's what Halloween is, right? It's just spooky Christmas.
So what's Thanksgiving?
Food
Christmas.
Christmas. And a stoppage?
Looks like we might have either a...
No way.
Is that a penalty? That is a penalty on Miami as Kennesaw State will have another 2 minutes of 5-on-4 hockey with 12:33 left to go.
It's a playground
third
now,
period.
Andrew. It's a playground.
See, I feel like I feel like a lot of time has passed, but it's only been about 20 seconds because we had 2 goals.
Yeah, exactly. With 12:33 left to play in the third, and a fresh little 2 minutes.
Nice and fresh. Right on the produce shelf was that 2 minutes. Spysinski on this power play face-off, and Miami takes it and cannot manage to clear as Spysinski throws it on back to the corner for Testino. Miami gets to it first. Testino stands him up as Tisdale comes in to help out. Spysinski, a centering pass for Tisdale, a stop before it can get to his stick. Tisdale, a huge check to the corner by Aaron Tisdale. That's what he does best.
Hit him with a flying tackle.
Another huge check by Tisdale, but that one will be a penalty. That one looked a little clean to me, but Tisdale asserting his dominance, saying, hey, scoring goals isn't the only thing
Tisdale,
I do.
they have families. They have families, man.
Oh, my goodness. So we will have some 4-on-4 hockey here for a minute 38 before a final 30 seconds of a man advantage for Miami with 12:10 left on the game clock.
5-0 Kennesaw State piling it on here in the third period.
They are not holding back. After last game, they really want to send a message now.
You are not kidding. And a message received, let me tell you.
Whoever Tisdale hit, I think he got the picture.
Yeah, hopefully. I don't know what that penalty was on specifically. Hopefully, whoever he hit was actually, ended up being okay. But
Still a big hit, though. I mean, he skated off the ice like it was nothing,
he
so it's
skated
fine.
off. All right, that's fine then.
He's not hurt. It was just a good hit.
All right, then we can go all
Yeah.
insane over the hit.
If he's down on the ice, we got to hold back a little bit, but he skated off, so.
good to hear.
Yeah.
Anyway.
It's a good hit,
Yeah,
Tisdale.
good hit.
Good
bro.
hit.
Yeah,
Tisdale.
Wait, what?
Why is Gagne going to the box?
Wait.
What are we doing?
Wait, what? Wait, what?
Okay, so now Gagne's in the box for some reason. It's still a 5-on-4, though, so I'm not sure what the game plan is here for the referees.
What? the heck? It's still 5-on-4.
It's 5-on-4, but we have 2 men in the box. If I figure out what's going on, I will let you know as Kennesaw takes the face-off with the first clear.
Yeah, that's really stupid. Oh, my goodness. He may have almost own goaled it there.
That would have been the icing on the cake if he would have just own goaled it. Miami now. Back in their own trapezoid. Trying to find an angle here. 1:20 left to go on this 5-on-4. On this 4-on-4, excuse me. Wait, is it 4-on-4?
Yeah, it's 4.
Yeah, it's 4-on-4 hockey.
4-on-4, yeah, you're right.
I don't know why Gagne's in the box then.
Couldn't tell you, Andrew. We're going to have to get some insider information.
I guess we will. Miami now in their own zone, trying to push up the ice. And it is brushed off the puck there by Van de Kerkhoff as Berezinski takes a hit. That will be a penalty on Miami for the hit on Justin Berezinski, also known as
The Buried Man.
Indeed.
We don't know if that's Justin or if that's the other Berezinski
Well,
brother, Drew. Or no, not
that's
Drew.
Josh.
Josh.
Justin and Josh.
They're right next
They
to each
can't
other,
even
those
put
guys.
Jay Berezinski on their jerseys.
Yeah. Oh, you're right.
Their parents are really going through the alliteration, and I like it.
Point is one of them's Birdie. Birdman.
Okay, now it is a
5-on-4 here. Or 4-on-3.
it's a 4-on-3.
I didn't think they played 4-on-3s. All right, yeah.
Apparently they do
All
as
right, I'll take
McDonald comes in for the face-off. Miami wins it and throws it on back for a clear. Berezinski comes back for the puck that is given to him ever so gently by Luke Thurston as Van de Kerkhoff makes his way up the ice. Van de Kerkhoff into the Miami zone. Stops on a dime, gives it on over to Davis. Davis trying to find an angle here, throws it down to McDonald. McDonald spins around back to Davis to Berezinski. Berezinski gives it on to McDonald. McDonald had to really run to chase that puck down, but he manages to keep control. Pass to Berezinski. And a slap shot goes off the elbow off the left side of the cage with 19 seconds left to go on this 4-on-3. Davis now at neutral ice with the puck. It goes all the way in past McDonald as Miami clears once again for Berezinski. Berezinski to Van de Kerkhoff. 5 seconds left to go on the man advantage for Kennesaw with 10:35 left to go in the period. McDonald center ice. A pass on over to Van de Kerkhoff. Hits the knee of a Miami defenseman and is stopped.
We are back to some 4-on-4 hockey here, Andrew.
For 19 seconds.
For 19 seconds, yeah.
Miami in their own zone with the puck now. 10:20 left to go. A pass goes all the way back down to the Kennesaw zone where Wes Davis will collect it. Davis throws it all the way around the boards for Evan Deere as that 4-on-4 will expire and we will have a man advantage for 35 seconds. Evan Deere moves up the ice. Deere makes his way in a drop-off pass for Testino. Testino, a centering pass for Spicinski, is met by a Miami Hurricane. Bright now, moving on over to the net, going for the wraparound, but cannot do it, and kicks it on back to Davis. Davis over to Testino. Testino scoops it on over to the boards, where Van de Kerkhoff will collect it. Van de Kerkhoff back to Testino. Testino makes a man fall without doing much. A centering pass on over to Spicinski. A backhand into the mask, another shot, and the goaltender kicks the net off the post.
The classic.
And we may have an ejection now. I think the ref made the "you're gone" motion. 9:40 left to go in the third period. 9 seconds left to go on the man advantage. I'm not sure what's happened.
We got the penalty box.
Oh,
open
it's another
once again.
penalty. It's not an ejection.
Fresh little
He
2
pointed
minutes.
over to the locker room. I'm not sure why he did that. I thought we were going to see a man leave the ice.
Fresh little 2 minutes.
We will have 9 seconds of 5-on-3 hockey, with
Go ahead, Andrew.
followed by a minute 51 of just one man advantage.
That is some quick maths there,
Quick
Andrew. I
maths,
like
as
it.
they say.
I'll tell you what. If the previous power play earlier in this game is anything to go by, we need fewer than 9 seconds to score a goal on a power play.
Wait, why is it 5-on-4? We have
Wait.
we have 2 penalties active.
No, it's fine with her.
Oh, yeah, it's 5-on-3. I counted the goalie. My bad.
Really?
My bad. He was standing out at the top of his crease.
Oh, okay.
Davis now pass on over to McDonald as the 5-on-3 expires. McDonald back up to Davis. Davis throws it on back down to Van de Kerkhoff as Van de Kerkhoff throws it back to the corner for Bright. Bright, a centering pass into a Miami Hurricane, is flicked up and out of the zone where Van de Kerkhoff will chase it down. 9:15 left to go in this third period with a minute 35 left to go on the Kennesaw State man advantage as Wes Davis moves up the ice. Davis flicks it on over for Bright. Bright on over to McDonald. McDonald can't control it, and it is thrown back into the Kennesaw zone where Davis will corral it and make a play on it. A minute 15 left to go on the power play as McDonald moves up ice as he gives it to Evan Deere. Deere moves on down. Deere fakes a pass over to McDonald, scoots around the goal, And a centering pass for, looks like Vanderkerkhoff was off the skate of a Miami Hurricane with a minute left to go on the power play. 8:40 left to go in the third period as Deer moves back into the zone. Deer, a wrist shot into the glove of the Miami goaltender.
Looking for more blood here is Kennesaw State. Apparently, these 5 goals were not enough.
Hey, they're trying to send a message.
You are not kidding.
I'm feeling we don't really get along with this team very well.
No.
8:36 left to go in the third period. 57 seconds left to go on the power play as Spysinski lines up for the faceoff. Miami takes it, and a clear all the way back down for Luke Thurston to control. 45 seconds left to go on the power play. 8:25 left to go in the third. Bright gives it on up to Spysinski. Spysinski to Tisdale. Tisdale across the blue line. Drops it off for Berezinski. Berezinski, a wrist shot, a bouncing puck put on goal is stopped and laid on top of by the Miami goaltender.
Yet another offensive zone faceoff here, Andrew.
Drew Spysinski, the man to take it, as Miami takes this one, but Tisdale collects it.
He's like, you thought you won that faceoff.
30 seconds on the power play, as Bright has it at the point. Bright, a wrist shot is deflected up high, as Spysinski will chase it down. Spysinski to Tisdale. Tisdale, a centering pass is blocked, but ends up on Spysinski's stick anyway, and a pass over to Testino is blocked by the goaltender, and it is then laid on top of to stop the play. Some good opportunities there with 15 seconds left to go on the power play.
Oh, man. Turning up the heat once again. Kennesaw State wants to make this just like 15-0 if they want.
And they're just down there laughing it off. They enjoy being out here.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I would, too, if I were up 5-0.
That's quite the cushion with 7:54 in the third period.
Especially on a team that you just lost a close one to.
Yeah.
To just blow them out the next day feels, oh, baby. That's that. Mwah.
I agree. 5 seconds left to go on the power play as McDonald has it on the far side boards. Moves up the ice. McDonald stops on a dime. Tries a centering pass for Testino. Goes all the way through to the opposite side boards as it is cleared back for Bright. 7:30 left to go in the third as Bright gives it on back to Berezinski. Berezinski up ice to McDonald. McDonald moving all the way up ice himself to Testino. Testino gets knocked off the puck before he can release a shot as Miami moves back up. Miami into the Kennesaw State zone. Miami, a backhanded shot is stopped by Thurston and put behind the net, as now it is Vanderkerkhoff that tries to control.
Oh.
A check there on McDonald. That was a pretty hard hit, but McDonald bounces straight back up.
Oh,
And
and Kennesaw players took exception to that one. Not very happy about it. McDonald a little slow to get up. Hasn't quite yet. Hopefully he is okay.
That Miami player was just headhunting right there. He had just didn't aim for anything else but the upper half of McDonald.
No, I'm not kidding. But a penalty here on Vanderkerkhoff. Cross-checking.
For some reason, Gagne is still in the box.
And a penalty on Miami. What?
This is a very dirty end to this series.
Oh, yeah.
And now he leaves the box. I don't know why. Both
what?
players leave the box where the penalty is negated. I'm not sure.
Wait, what?
I want to know why Gagne is still in the box.
Yeah, his mask is off and everything. I don't know what's going on. No mask, no gloves.
Was it a major or maybe one of the coaches, and he's just serving the penalty time?
I have no
Like a
idea,
technical
dude.
foul? Do they have those in here?
I have no idea, dude.
Do they give out technicals in college hockey? And it looks like Vanderkerkhoff gets tossed.
Oh, really?
Yes, Vanderkerkhoff is ejected as he has some parting gifts that we cannot show for the Miami Hurricanes. All right.
Yikes.
So the penalty will be served by Kyle Upton.
Tari, actually.
No, it's Kyle Upton. He's wearing a Tari jersey.
Oh, whoops.
I have it on my roster,
You know what?
my official Kennesaw State roster that may be written in Sharpie.
I'll tell you what, though. It's doing better than mine.
You don't have a roster.
Exactly.
All right. 7:04 left to go in the third period. A 2-minute penalty for Miami as a shot is put behind the net of Luke Thurston. Isaiah Arnold now trying to play some defense. A pass up to the point. A centering pass for Miami. Over to the right side wing. A wrist shot is stopped by the chest of Luke Thurston.
And 6:51 remaining here in the final closing stages of this third period. 1:47 left on this power play for Florida State University.
That's Miami.
You know what? It's the same peninsula. I'm going to mess it up every single time, man.
All right. A centering pass redirected in front, blocked by the body of Wes Davis, as now Isaiah Arnold tries to harass the puck handler there. Miami now back at the far point. Gives it on over to the right side wing. And a backhanded pass goes on behind the net of Luke Thurston as Miami still controls, but it is given up to Wes Davis. Davis, killing some time, gives it on up to Testino. Testino to Arnold. We're on the attack here and down a man with 1:15 left to go on the power play. And a penalty on Miami. I believe that is holding, if that is such a thing. He pretty much spun Arnold straight down to the corner while holding his arm, so that will be a penalty on Miami.
And we will be back to the good old-fashioned 4-on-4 hockey. We've seen it quite a bit this game.
Yes, we have.
And that'll be going on for, 45 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
And
that's going to happen for 1:15.
1:15 and then 45 seconds of a man advantage for Kennesaw. I can do math.
Yes, you can.
Barely, but I can.
Just enough to graduate with an electrical engineering degree.
Let's not speak too soon.
Evan Deere now wins the faceoff. Deere, a centering pass for Haas, goes through some legs and controlled by Miami. Miami throws it up. A check by Berezinski knocks him off the puck, but Miami goes down into Kennesaw zone anyway, and an attempted backhanded shot is run off the puck there by Berezinski. Berezinski back in his own zone. 6 minutes even left to go in this third period as Berezinski gives it on up to Evan Deere. Deere crosses the blue line. Goes to the center of the ice to drop off past Berezinski. A shot is turned aside by the stick of a Miami Hurricane before it leaves the possession of Berezinski. Miami now slowing the pace down as they dump off a pass there back in their own zone with 30 seconds left to go on 4-on-4 hockey. Miami just playing catch in their own zone as they are harassed by Evan Deere. Miami finally leaves their own zone. 20 seconds left to go on 4-on-4 as Miami gains the left side of Kennesaw State zone.
It can be scary to leave the nest, Andrew.
It can. A shot is put up and knocked aside by the glove of Luke Thurston as Berezinski comes down to collect, gives it on over to his brother, but it is lost and given on up to Miami. Miami throws it on back behind the blue line as this 4-on-4 will expire in 2 seconds with 5 minutes left to go in this third period, and Kennesaw State will now have a man advantage for 40 seconds. Berezinski up ice to Tisdale. Tisdale moving on over to the right wing. A wrist shot off the chest. The Miami goaltender gives it back to Spicinski. Spicinski to Bright. Bright back to Spicinski. Spicinski tries to tip it on over to Tisdale, but it is gathered by a Miami Hurricane, not before Bright come over and save the day. Tisdale in the trapezoid. A pass up to Bright. Bright, a wrist shot, stopped and held by the catching glove of a Miami goaltender. And not only did he catch that puck, he also caught the stick of Mitchell Bright.
Yeah, that was an interesting one.
He caught the puck and the stick, so good play there by the Miami goaltender.
4:35 left to play here in the closing stages of this game, and 16 seconds on the Kennesaw power play.
Indeed, as Spicinski lines up to take this face-off, and it is given on back to Bright, but it's controlled by Miami for another clear. Davis in a foot race back now to control the puck, and he controls it. Davis behind Luke Thurston spins along back to set up a play as this power play will expire with 4:18 left to go in the third period. Davis moving steadily down the ice, gives it on over to Spicinski. Spicinski a slap shot, but no, that play is offsides.
Coming back on out to the neutral zone.
Absolutely, with 4:13 left to go in the third period. Gagne doing some coaching from the penalty box. Still don't know why he's in there.
I couldn't tell you.
As Bright controls it and dumps it in on goal into the Miami zone. Miami behind their own net. As that is Colby Musgrave getting some action now as he goes in to challenge the play. And Bright gives it on back to Davis. Davis throws it on up to Haas. Haas tips it on back into the Miami zone. And it is tipped on back to John Testino. Testino takes a check. Keeps control of the puck, though.
Wow, good composure there.
As he gives it on back to Bright. Bright, a wrist shot high right, where Musgrave will collect. Musgrave gives it on over to Miami as Miami throws it back out of the zone. A hit there as Musgrave and Testino try to sandwich a Miami Hurricane as Haas takes a high cross check to the face. And that
No
will
penalty?
not,
Yeah, there
and
will
that
be a
will be a
penalty.
penalty. Yes, that is a cross check to the face of Max Haas. That is absolutely a penalty.
Hopefully.
As 15 is now ejected because he's had multiple penalties on him, has not been a good sport this whole game. So he will head back to the locker room.
Catch you later, bruh.
That was a mean hit there by 15 for Miami.
That was
a cross check straight to the face of Max Haas. I hope he's all right.
Yeah, I hope so too. He was a little slow to get up, but he watches a lot of hockey, I hear. So hopefully he'll be all right.
This is a messy game.
Oh, it ended very messy,
especially in the last 7 minutes. This game has been pretty messy as Spysinski gives a nice little friendly wave over to Vander Kirchhoff, who's watching down behind the boards. Play will start up once again as Spysinski comes in to take the faceoff. Miami wins the faceoff with that is a 5-minute major on number 15 for Miami. So that will bring us down to the closing seconds of this game with 3:16 left to go in the game. And Miami will be down a man the entire time. Luke Thurston back to control the puck as he gives it on up to Spysinski, who hands it on over to Berezinski. Berezinski to Davis. Davis crosses the blue line. Stops on a dime, gives it on over to Bright. Bright, a wrist shot off the shoulder of the Miami goaltender. Davis collects it. Davis inside, a wrist shot is stopped up and put into the mesh by a Miami defenseman.
Yes, indeed. And I'll tell you what, Kennesaw State, to add insult to injury here with their man advantage for the rest of the game, looking to extend this lead even further.
With 4:24 left on the penalty, I don't even know why I'm saying that.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Miami will be down one man the entire game, so the entire rest of the game with 2:50 left to go on the game clock. Aaron Tisdale now controls the faceoff, gives it on to Spysinski. Spysinski gets knocked off the puck as Miami now has it in the corner. A clear attempt is off the skate of Davis as he keeps it in. A pass over to Spysinski. The puck just hops right over his stick before he can control as Tisdale goes down to collect it. Tisdale on over to Spysinski. Spysinski to Bright. A slap shot is stopped by the Miami goaltender.
Some more quality chances here and some good rebound attempts from Kennesaw State. Unfortunately, getting trapped up there by the blocker of the I was about to say Florida State again, University of Miami goaltender. Alrighty, and we have a face-off now in the University of Miami zone, and a quick shot is put on goal by Wes Davis. And coming along now to the near boards, Berezinski fielding the puck. Now that is Bright back to Arnold. Arnold putting one in the breadbasket of the University of Miami goaltender. I keep almost saying Florida State, Andrew.
Hey, but you corrected it. I'm proud of you of that. 2:11 left to go on the game clock. 2:11 left to go. As Bright is on this faceoff, we don't see him in the faceoff circle often, but he won this one as Berezinski collects it. Berezinski throws it on to a Miami defenseman as Arnold comes up with it, and a slap shot tries to go 5-hole, and it's stopped by the Miami goaltender. Davis now on the wing. A pass down to Bright, centering pass for Deere. Deere, a hard wrist shot off the knee of the Miami goaltender, but Deere will collect his own rebound.
Follow your shot, Andrew. I like it.
Absolutely. I was taught that at a young age. Berezinski now, a centering pass on over for Bright. It is tipped aside by a Miami defenseman as Davis now has it on the far side point. Davis tries to get it on through to Deere, but it is stopped dead, and Davis continues to keep the puck in the zone. Berezinski now gives it on down to Bright. Bright back to Berezinski. Berezinski to the near side point. A pass to the high point for Davis. A hard slap shot goes wide of the net and almost put in, but it is knocked out of the crease by a Miami Hurricane as Berezinski now has it. Berezinski to Bright, back to Berezinski. A slap shot all the way in off the blocker of the Miami goaltender. A fake slap shot by Wes Davis. A hard wrist shot to Bright. With 1 minute, 10 seconds left to go. And this third period is Bright that is Davis keeps the puck in the zone once again. Berezinski gives it on up to a Miami Hurricane as he clears with an even minute left to go in the game. Thurston gives it on back to Berezinski. Berezinski, a long pass up ice, just out of reach of Spysinski, and that will not be an icing as it was touched. Miami, in their own corner, gives it on over to Bright. Bright, a pass to Spysinski, a shot, goal!
Oh,
assist
my goodness.
From Mason Bright to Drew Spysinski, who just a feathery touch just lofts it on in
That was
To the Miami goal.
absolutely majestic to watch, Andrew. He had all of the finesse of a used car salesman. That was incredible.
I like it. I like it, Matt.
All right, I'm glad.
43 seconds left to go in this game as Kennesaw State, still with the man advantage, takes a 6-0 lead. They are not giving up. Spysinski now in the neutral zone face-off. Miami takes it, but Tisdale races to try to collect it, but Miami tries to get there first. Tisdale in a battle in the corner now with Bright and Spysinski with 30 seconds left to go in this game as we have
A stoppage in play.
might be another penalty, I'm not sure. As we have a broken stick on the ice, that's always nice to see. I think people are playing hard out there. Mason Bright, who just had the beautiful assist to Spysinski, will head to the box. He will not head to the box. He will be heading to the locker room. A lot of ejections so far as Bright will skate off the ice to catch an early breather.
32 seconds early.
32 seconds early, not a lot of time, but hey, we're back to 4-on-4 hockey for the last 32 seconds. 32.2 to be exact.
Yes, indeed.
Looks like Testino's in having some words with the Miami Hurricanes. Offensive zone faceoff for Miami. The last 32 seconds of this game will be some 4-on-4 hockey as Spysinski wins this faceoff as it gives it on back to Davis. Davis, a pass on it to Testino as Testino brings it on down the ice. John Testino tries a nice little move inside. It's corralled by Barazinski as Barazinski is in a battle in the right in front of me, actually, for the puck. Barazinski now gives it on over to Testino. Testino pass off the boards now for Spysinski. Spysinski, a long wrist shot almost off the skate and into the goal of the Miami Hurricane, but it just kicked aside. Testino now collects the rebound. Testino, a good move in front. A shot goes high over the net, and that will be the ball game, ladies and gentlemen. Kennesaw State with the victory, 6-0.
An absolute stomping here at the Ice Center in Marietta, Georgia. Thank you guys so much for watching this two-game series. We'll be back. I believe, in a couple of weeks when we have our next home game. Thank you guys once again so much for watching. This has been on the color commentary, Matt Leonard, joined by my brother Andrew Leonard on the play-by-play. Once again, thank you for watching, and we will see you guys later on, apparently. Catch you on the flip.